Hey, what's up? We're here in Wavey Davey B's dungeon today. I even have my Wavey Davey B t-shirt on. I partied with Wavey Davey. I'm partying with Wavey Davey and Wavey Davey's bar. And we've got some stuff that we kind of wanted to talk about today. We're doing kind of the Alan Robb improvisational rap session video think tank thing. And Dave called me and he wanted to do it. But before we get into the stuff that Dave wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about Dave a little bit and ask him some questions. How did you get started doing this?
It goes way back. When I was a kid, I was about 10, I had the Mr. Microphone.
Oh, I love those. Hey, babes, we'll come back to pick you up later.
I don't know, I've always liked to entertain. I was a class clown in school. Loved to I'd imitate the teachers, get everyone rolling, laughing. One of my funny experiences was just coming home on the school bus. I'd have kids that would take the wrong bus just to come on my bus so they could hear my skit and laugh. And I felt bad because they had to get off at the wrong stop and walk 2 or 3 miles to get home. But
well, you know that you're doing well if you've got an audience.
But I always like to entertain people and make them laugh, and I always loved music, and so it just kind of went from there.
Now, if memory serves, you started doing this professionally, as far as I know, in about 90 or so, 89 or 90?
Yeah, I was
because that's when we met.
About 23 when I started to go out and do a mobile gig.
Right.
But before that, I did a bar gig at Kelly's.
Oh, you did Kelly's?
Yeah, I did that, and I just started. I had the equipment, didn't have any lights, but I wanted to get my name out there, and so I kind of lowballed everyone just so I could get in, and it was like 4 nights a week, and we played for the volleyball crowd, and it was a lot of fun, and yeah, so I got.
Was that when you were going to college?
Yeah, that's when I was going to college. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and I took some journalism classes, and I thought maybe I want to be on TV, like a newscaster, but didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. Another fun experience I had when I was about 22, one of the popular radio stations here was WLUM 102.
Oh, LUM was our cool station. That's where you got all your freestyle and your R&B and cool stuff.
All those good stations are gone now. We can show you some decent ones now. But I'd always win those Name That Tune and those kind of trivia things, and so I wrote a letter and said I'd want to be on the radio with you guys. So remember Iron Barn?
Yeah.
Okay. So he called me up and said, come on down. It's my 22nd birthday. I was on their show in the morning. And they had me do the weather and all this stuff, and
really?
I picked it up really fast. They thought I was a DJ, a professional DJ, and they were just like freaking out. And I was like, no, I've never done this, I was nervous as hell. They tried to screw me up on the radio and make a fool out of me. People were actually calling up and saying, well, we want this guy on the radio. We don't want him to be the DJ, and we hate you.
I didn't know that. This is
I've never told you this. I just kind of kept it to myself.
Did you tape the show?
I've got it. Yeah, put it into MP3. It was on a cassette. Well, back then we had cassettes.
You've got it on MP3.
I got it. I burned it.
This I'm going to want to hear.
Yeah.
This I'm definitely going to want to hear sometime because that would be really cool.
So, but it was a lot of fun doing that. But it just felt like your audience was out in Zaza land or something. They weren't. You couldn't see them react, and it's like I just didn't feel radio DJing would be.
I did college radio a couple times. There was do you remember? Oh boy, it was Lee Kennedy. Does that name ring a bell? He worked at Sound and Light for a minute. He had a he had a red Toyota pickup truck.
Yeah,
He went to Carroll College.
Okay.
Well, Lee was the station manager of the station at Carroll. Mm-hmm. Whatever that 50-watt station, and he used to have me come in there when they'd have station meetings. Every DJ at the station had to be at the meeting. They were always like on a Wednesday or Thursday night, but they had to have somebody on the radio, so they bring me in.
Okay.
Well, they did station meetings, and I just broke every FCC rule imaginable. You know me, Dave.
Oh,
you know
Brian.
me. Give me a microphone.
The rebel DJ?
Yes. Give me a microphone and no rules or nobody watching.
Really?
But what was so bizarre was it was kind of like I was a kid with the tape recorder doing the radio show because I couldn't see anybody. It tripped me out.
Yeah.
So I just did whatever I wanted. But then the phone started ringing. It was kind of surreal. It's like, wow, you mean you really can hear me out there? Radio is definitely a different vibe.
It's really weird. Now, you've been doing weddings for a long time, and you see the immediate reaction and response. They come out and they're having fun, they're smiling at, and that's what I enjoy more.
Yeah.
And radio, it was like I said, it was a lot of fun, but it just felt weird. It's just like you're in this little studio, and and it's like, where are the people? But they're there, but
it helps when you can read your crowd.
Right.
I mean, if you play a cut that clears the dance floor, you know it sucked.
Only
you should
response
probably
you
not
get,
play it again.
The only response you get is going to be when the phones light up and they call a radio station and they either say something good or bad. So
yeah, if they bother to call.
If they even call, which they may not even do that anyways. So when I was about 22, I did that, and I was going on 23, and I really wanted to get out there and get into DJing. So I had all the equipment and didn't have a light show or anything, but I picked up the phone book and I called. I saw an interesting ad.
Yeah, the guy, our old friend.
Our old friend Tommy Jewell, yep.
What's up,
DJ
Tom?
referrals, and so I called him up and I said, hey, I got equipment, and he talked, a really nice guy, and he took me on a show, showed me how to do a wedding. I never done a wedding before, really, and from there I just kind of took off. So I give him thanks for that, because he kind of got me started.
Speaking of Tommy, do you remember Kristen? Kristen Hauser?
Yeah.
She watches, so say what's up to Kristen.
Hey, Kristen, how you doing?
Remember Wavey? This is Wavey.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So.
Those are the good old days.
What else? Oh, I wanted to just ask you this as well, and I don't like to get too personal with anything with anybody. I know I don't like to tell. I mean, let me just back up. I don't have anything to hide, but there's some things that are just nobody's business, and I don't broadcast them. But I did think it was kind of interesting that obviously this is not all that Dave does. What do you do as a day job?
I sell insurance. With the other hated professions, attorneys and doctors. I'm your friendly insurance man too.
He's a friendly insurance man.
Yeah.
He helps people.
I try.
He helps people.
It's a family business, and so I'm the fourth generation doing it. So.
Are you the fourth?
Yeah.
I thought you were second.
No, I'm the fourth.
Wow.
David Brown the fourth.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of people do this on the side, or they moonlight at it. And boy, you've been at it nonstop, constantly.
I love it. It's
for 20 years at least.
Yeah, it's been about 20 years.
Without any breaks. I've had breaks. You know,
I've
a
never
year or
had,
two there, but Dave, you've never had.
I mean, we have slow times. You know, obviously the first couple months of the year are a little slower, but yeah, it's a blast. I love it. You meet a lot of fun people, and you get to see people having fun, and that makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're doing a good job.
Something else a lot of people don't know about you is that you are an exercise freak. This guy gets up at like 4 a.m. and goes and does Stairmasters, and that's his idea of a great time.
I love to work out. What can I say? It gets me going.
Yeah.
I don't get up at 4, maybe 4:45, but yeah, I like to work out. Like I said, it gives me energy. It tries to keep me young, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
we're all getting old. So.
The only exercise I think I get these days would be, hauling around gear.
That's a good workout.
It's a good workout.
Yeah.
It is a good workout, but it's not the cardio you do. I've heard stories about you. Dave will have, parties occasionally, and everyone will come. And the stories I hear about what this man is capable of at the gym scares me. Stairmaster freak.
Oh.
I just need to put you on the spot or anything.
That's all right.
But no, that's. But there's more to us than just the DJ thing. I guess that's why I wanted to. Dave has another job. He's married. Marcia, of course, you've seen Marcia.
And she's great, because when I first started DJing, I was a single guy, and I'd have girlfriends. And it's hard when you're doing this every weekend and having a girlfriend. Either you want them to come with you and enjoy it, or you don't bring them, but then you don't see them. And to be honest, the girls I dated back then didn't really like it.
I know you had some problems.
Some fell asleep there. One brought her schoolwork there with a lamp hooked up to it, and I'm like, oh, this is not cool. So,
yeah, Marcia hangs.
I met Marcia over 10 years ago. I took her on a gig, it was like our second date, and it was in Port Washington, and she was helping me set up the equipment, and pretty soon she's now in charge of the lights. She's the light lady.
The light lady.
I hook up all the other stuff. She hooks up the lights.
It's a good job for Marcia.
Yeah.
And she complains when things are too heavy, because you do make her work.
Yes, we've scaled. We should talk about scaling down. We both have done that.
Yeah, it's an age thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, you get these shows that are, basement steps you got to deal with. And
yeah.
We have a big show and a little show. And we kind of know where these halls are and what we're up against, so we'll determine if we're going to bring the big amp or the little amp, or the big speakers or the little speakers. Because we know it's not the equipment that's going to give the people a good show. It's the guy who's behind it. You could have the best equipment, but if you don't know what you're doing, then what's the point?
Well said. Well, we should probably wrap this one first. Number one, we're going to do a couple of these. You would not believe the notes this man has down here.
There's no notes.
There's no notes. It's just a lot of alcohol, and he's got some great booze down here. So take you out with a practice and enjoy. We'll see you
and enjoy
in just a few.